9 Plus Us presents the Baseball Together podcast with your hosts, Blackjack Brad and Kansas City Little Big Briggy Blue Eyes. And now, Baseball Together. Welcome back, baseball family, to another edition of the Baseball Together podcast. I am joined today by my amazing wife, Tiffany. She is making yet another appearance on the show. We are so excited for her to be here tonight, taking time out of her busy schedule to be on the show, talk baseball with us. Really quick, before we get into the show, we got a lot of great things coming at you. We have current events, and we're going to quiz Tiff on some stuff, and then we're going to talk about some minor league sort of shenanigans, I guess, that's going on. So, first, I want to tell you that we want you to join the 9 Plus Together, the 9 Plus VIPs, Baseball Together Facebook group. This is our baseball family. It's the central hub of everything we do. That's where you can meet all of the other members of our baseball family. You get early access to all the merch we drop every month. You get discount codes that people don't get anywhere else, and they're bigger than everywhere else, and so it's like the place to be. Don't forget, you can also submit to the mailbag by going to baseballtogether.com, and you can do it through the 9 Plus Us VIP Facebook group as well. What else? What else does Brad want me to remember?
You can also follow us on Instagram at baseballtogether, and Brad has his Twitter open at Jojo Cornrow, and he talks about Baseball Together stuff there too.
True.
Brig does not have Twitter. Don't go looking for him.
Don't go. It's there. How many times have I said it's there? Don't forget, our cue cards are over here. That's why you keep seeing us look over, and it's fine because you know what? We're calling this the Sweatpants episode of the Baseball Together podcast.
We're doing comfy clothes only.
Yeah, so for those of you listening on Monday morning and during your commute, you just know that we are wearing sweats. Okay? Because sometimes when you're an adult, you just want to hang out in your bedroom wearing sweats. So that's where we are, and that's what we're doing. What's the quote from Nacho Libre? Sometimes.
When you are in your room.
Keep going.
I'm going to get the quote wrong.
All right, anyway. Let's jump into some current events. The first thing we have to talk about is Christian Yelich, his 9-year, guaranteed $215 million deal.
With the Brewers.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Just want to make sure you know what team he's on.
Listen, that is exactly what you should have said. She's awesome. Yeah, what do you think of that?
I think that's great.
Yeah, why?
Well,
I don't disagree with you. But
he's young. He's great. He seems to feel very happy at being in Milwaukee. He loves his coaches and his teammates. Hopefully that will stay the same. Of course, you know, when you get new blood into a team, sometimes that culture changes a bit. But we will hope for the best for his 9 years.
This is a record-breaking deal in Milwaukee. They've never done anything like this before, and this is kind of a huge deal. What we're seeing is a trend now, right? Players are extending. They're signing these enormous extensions, these enormous trade deals. What is going on, Tiff? Like, what's your opinion on this trend? We're getting franchise guys signing decade-long contracts.
Right.
This is like, we haven't seen this since the 60s.
To me,
the 70s even.
It seems like cities want to keep their star players in their city.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they are, in their minds, are wanting to keep loyalties in their city, right? So fans can continue to watch their star player and not have them disappointingly move.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie Betts.
Oh. Whoa.
Sorry, enough.
Calm you down. She's a little hot under the collar already. I'm gonna help you.
But you know what I mean. There's a lot of loyalty there to players, and I think that it does great things for the fans when you can keep your stars in your city.
That's exactly how I feel. I also think that we're dealing with this financial sort of mile marker, if you will, when they do the collective bargaining agreement. We've been talking about it for months now. But at the end of this season, we're going to do the collective bargaining agreement again, and it could disrupt the ability to sign these mega deals. So I don't know, but I always worry about these huge opportunities that come to these players' ways. Not for the player. The players are cutting out like bank robbers. But these teams end up with a 13-year deal and then have somebody who can't stay healthy enough to, even compete for an MVP again. So I'm sorry, but I'm a little wary.
Getting a little hot under the collar there, Briggy B.
Yeah, you right. All right, so Aaron Judge,
poor guy.
he's hurt again.
Yep. That poor Yankees team, man, they're going to have all of their AAA players up again, which is good, actually. I loved it last year.
It was pretty cool, the next man up
fun.
thing, right?
Yeah, get all these guys out that, quite honestly, we're a little sick of. Minus Aaron, I love him.
Whoa.
But we got a whole bunch of...
She's awesome. She's bringing heat right now.
I just like seeing the new players come up and show what they've got,
I know.
Anyways,
you do.
I'm sad about Aaron Judge. I love that guy. So hopefully his cracked rib will not keep him out very long, though it's 2 weeks to start with. So we'll see where it goes.
Yep. Gary Sanchez also complaining of back soreness.
Oh, that's
today.
Too bad.
Today it's Saturday night. What is it? What is the date?
7th.
Okay.
Today is the 7th.
7th.
You're getting this on the 10th.
That was some fast math. Are you sure it was the 10th?
No,
Monday the 10th?
I think it's the 9th.
Oh, boy. It's Monday the 9th.
Sorry about that.
We better both cool off a little bit.
+2 is really
Here you go.
hard.
All right. Now, the most important part of this current events portion of the podcast is Trevor Bauer has brought himself back to headlines, which I love. And this is what he was doing. This guy, he's so gutsy. He's so raw, and he's so emotional. He got up on the mound, and instead of creating any sort of, suspicion around whether teams are stealing signs or not, he started calling out his signs. He told the batter what was coming. So he'd shake his glove, he'd point his glove, this is going to be a fastball. And then he'd do this with his glove. Okay, it's going to be a changeup. And then he wouldn't do a sign. He'd just shake it off or whatever. He'd do nothing. And then it's a curveball. And he was using universal signs that they do during practice sessions and bullpen sessions to show, okay, this is what I'm going to throw. And they gesture with their gloves in order to do that. What do you think of that, Tiff?
It's hilarious. Brazen.
Yes.
So funny. Hey, you know what? Let's just prove to each other whether or not sign stealing really matters and whether or not you can hit the ball right. Like, might as well just come out and try it. So here you go, guys.
Here you go. Figure it out. Somebody get him a puppers. He need to cool out a little bit. Where is he? Is he
getting hot under the
collar? Calm down, Trevor. Calm down. But don't stop, because we love you and we think you're amazing. Keep being sassy.
But seriously, we'll put a link to the video of him calling out his own pitches for you so you can see it yourself.
I think the whole baseball world kind of went up in just this uproarious laughter when they saw that. Don't you think? We laughed and laughed.
We did. That was awesome.
Brad gets a hold of me. He's like, "Did you see that?" I'm like, I'm still laughing. Like I had to get to his message later because I was busy laughing. That's how I felt.
Oh, that's really intense.
Yeah.
I don't know that I know of too many things that are that funny.
This was. Okay. All right. That's it for current events. Because you know what?
Going on.
There's not a lot going on. And we're in our sweats. So calm down. Everybody just relax.
And, the only thing that's in the news is coronavirus.
Yeah.
And the Astros. And we're sick of both. So
sick and tired of both.
Sorry that there's not more.
Everybody just relax. Okay? Just chill out. We'll be back with our next segment where I get to quiz Tiff on baseball stuff.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's a tease.
No matter which ballpark you're at, you want to rep your team. Now you can with 9+ Us. Welcome to the Big City Series. With every design available in your team's colors, you can fit in with the home crowd or stand out on the road. Either way, we have the colors you crave. Shop the Big City Series and find designs that rep your favorite baseball podcast, cheer from the cheap seats, and much more. Shop the Big City Series only at 9plusus.com.
This is one of my favorite things to do with guests on the show. We are going to ask them irreverent and ridiculous questions. They're not all about baseball.
Okay.
But most of them are. Tiff, typically we call this the rundown.
How are you now?
Good, and you?
How'd you like that? I flipped it on you.
Whoa. Whoa. It's pretty good.
I'm ready, though.
Okay, good. You ready? Your first question is, what is your favorite fourth inning activity to do at the ballpark?
Fourth inning activity, of course, is when you go and get your Chick-fil-A. Because if you're at the Greenville Drive, you can get Chick-fil-A at the ballpark. Waffle fries!
It's the truth. She speaks so much truth.
Yeah, that's my favorite fourth inning activity. Yeah, because you have to wait till the 7th to get ice cream, you see.
She knows.
I do.
She's with the program, people.
I am the program, people. I wrote the program.
She wrote the program. Here, we've been taking credit for her work this whole time. That's a tease for the episode we talked about how to maximize your ballpark experience, by the way. Moving on. Next question. Tiff,
Yep.
What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? Stealing candy from my kids' trick-or-treating bucket.
It's Marge, babe.
I keep filling it back up. I share it with her too.
Just you fill it back up just so there's something there for you to steal.
That's right.
So you're stealing from yourself.
Well,
Does it actually change possession when you buy it, give it to her bucket, and then give it back?
yeah, because she thinks it's hers. Therefore, I'm stealing.
So, this is a larger conversation we will save for later.
It's all psychological, you see.
I can see that. We might need a psychological professional to get in the middle of that. Okay, next question. What is your favorite baseball movie?
Oh, you know what? Oh no. Okay, it's okay. Shoot.
It can be whatever you want it to
I
be.
know, but I can't think of its name. The one where the little boy plays for the Cubs and he has the amazing arm.
Rookie of the Year.
Yes, that one.
Oh, it's my favorite too.
It is the funniest one by far.
You get 2 high fives.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I love 2 high fives.
Me too. That's why I give you 2.
Thank you.
Few earn 2 high fives. Back-to-back high fives.
Is that like throwing hot, stinky cheddar?
I love you so much. Why is it your favorite baseball movie?
Oh, because it's hilarious, extremely quotable, and probably the only baseball movie that has like a full story arc. That makes...
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's not true. There's a couple others that also have great stories, but some of them don't, and that's rather disappointing. And you all know which one I'm talking about.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do you want to say it, or do you want to let it simmer?
I'm going to let that simmer. We'll discuss it in the group, y'all.
Whoa.
Worst baseball movies.
Whoa. Worst baseball movies? You're going to offend people.
I know. I'm sorry.
You don't care.
Well,
Look at you. I'm sorry, she says with the biggest smile.
Just love just a little controversy.
Oh, man. Why don't we move on? See who else you can offend.
Excellent.
Okay. What is the square root of Yasiel Puig? Hey, it's a legitimate question, okay?
Wow, that's getting deep.
It's meta.
It's meta.
Full meta right here.
The square root of Yasiel Puig has to be... Hold on, let me calculate it in my head.
Yeah, pull off your shoes, count on your toes if you need to.
I don't think it's that much.
Okay, and carry the two.
I think that it might be just a little bit of ego. Just
The square root of Yasiel Puig is a little bit of ego.
yeah. I mean,
We can all agree with that.
okay, everybody that's in a position of power and stardom has a little bit of that. But Yasiel might have a little bit. I mean, there's the lick in the bat thing.
Yeah.
And he kind of just runs his mouth a lot. And
He runs his mouth right into other people's faces
well, that's true.
with his fists.
Yes. And
He
his
loves
bat
it.
flips are a little intense. Though sometimes magnificent enough to appreciate.
True. Next question. Wow. You knew what you wanted to say about Yasiel Puig. I didn't know I'd set you up so well.
Me neither.
Tiff, next question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If your team was a beverage, what would it be?
If the Cubbies were a beverage.
Because you're a Cubs fan.
Yes.
It's important to tell people that, I think. I should have led that better.
No, we mentioned it before. It's all right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. If the Cubs were a beverage, they would be Squirt,
The soda.
the soda.
Okay. Can you run me by...
And here's why.
Why?
It
This
is
precarious.
bright, refreshing,
Whoop.
fun,
Whoop.
easy to mix with.
True.
And those who get it, love it. And then there's everybody else and they're just missing out. Squirt.
I like the way
Everybody.
you played that.
It's one of my favorite beverages.
It's a pretty
Clearly.
good beverage.
Pretty good. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty good.
Stop it right now.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
What has been your strangest ballpark experience?
My strangest ballpark experience. Okay. Let me think about that. I've had a lot of ballpark experiences.
A lot. I have been there. This could be the strangest food experience you've had at ballpark. Would also work.
I feel like we've mentioned this before, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it again, just in case somehow the word gets back.
Oh, no.
But if you want to have the worst hot dog of your whole life, you go to see the Orem Owls.
Oh, man.
They're
Great baseball.
great baseball. The
Great
best, actually.
ices.
Oh, man. They're icy good.
I know.
They do so good.
But you're right.
I have never had a worse hot dog ever. Not at a school function, not at in anything.
And that is bad. Junior high school lunches, those hot dogs
They're
are
like
bad.
not quite cooked, and the buns are crusty because they're so stale. And then they only have like Heinz stuff.
Packets. Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Not, so you can never get enough, and then you're standing there at the booth with all of the condiments and you're trying to rip over the stupid things and you're making a line behind you and you end up just giving up. You walk away with a very underdressed hot dog.
Underdressed.
Yes.
She wants a black tie gala hot dog.
Yes.
So me too. That's exactly how I feel.
Oh,
If I can't take that hot dog to an evening with a party, a black tie event,
that's probably
underdressed.
It's not the weirdest baseball experience of my life, but it's definitely one that I keep thinking about.
We are on video for those of you listening. If you wanted to see the purity of that expression, we're on YouTube. Okay. Great answer. Next question. If you could name your dog after a famous baseball player,
Oh, I'm
What
ready.
name?
I'm ready. Goose.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah.
His name would be Goose every day. Or Mookie. That would be a great close second.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a great name. Mookie.
Come here, Mookie. Aw, Mookie. Same with Goose, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Goose, you're such a good boy, Goose. See, it just makes you happy, right? And
Yeah.
it makes you think you're maybe squishing Goose Gossage's face and going, oh, you're so cute.
With the mustaches.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
I wish you had a beverage I could dilly-dilly you with.
Well, I'll just fist bump then.
Fist bump. Man, she's so awesome, you guys.
I clearly think about this.
Yeah, I came up with this off the clear blue sky, but you have had this experience thinking of it before.
Totally.
Whew, I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Last question.
Okay, I'm ready.
If you could make up your own baseball holiday, what would you choose to celebrate? What would it be? What would be your very own baseball holiday?
Baseball holiday. Okay.
And get close to the mic so everybody can hear you. Because this is going to be good, I'm hoping.
It would be a day where we celebrate the magic of Javi Baez. And we would just watch reruns of his tag outs just all day long.
That's
and
it.
we would be dazzled. And we would just
Yes.
love him more. And that is what should we call that holiday?
We aren't calling it anything. You are calling it whatever you want.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it. It's going to be what's a day that really just needs a holiday?
Oh.
August has nothing. Let's do it in August.
Dia del Mago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right here.
Two of them.
Two.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dia del Mago.
Yeah.
Mago.
Mago.
Okay.
His nickname is El Mago.
I know. I clearly just don't speak Spanish, so I don't have the grammar
Me neither.
to put it together.
That's probably terrible grammar.
Sorry, everybody that speaks Spanish.
I'm sorry.
I'm
What
sorry.
day? What day in August should we celebrate Dia del Mago?
How about the 13th? Because sometimes it'll fall on a Friday, and
Whoa.
that's a magical day.
Whoa.
So let's have magic on top of magic on top of magic. Wow.
I felt all of that. There's a reason for this awkward pause, because I hope everyone at home is listening.
I think we just created the best holiday ever.
We have to celebrate this every August 13th now.
Dia del Mago.
Dia del Mago is happening. You heard it here first, people.
There will be stickers.
Yes, there are definitely going to be stickers. We're putting that on t-shirts. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Be prepared to celebrate.
Dia del Mago. Holy cow. We'll have to release them a month early so everybody has a chance to get them in. And
Feeling very good about this.
This was the best pop quiz we've done in a long time, or rundown, or whatever. You've come with some great answers off the cuff. I didn't prep her for any of these questions.
Thank you.
She didn't know. This Dia del Mago is the best idea ever.
Oh, yes.
Yes. All right, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we've got some more things to discuss.
Hey babe, I'm headed to concessions. Do you want me to grab you something?
Yeah, anything, whatever you're getting.
Okay, I saw a burger. I'll probably grab that.
No, that doesn't sound good.
Okay, I think there's barbecue, probably some nachos.
I don't think I want either of those either. But just get me anything.
What do you want?
I saw a hot dog earlier.
Okay, I can do that.
Well, no.
Couples may quarrel, but baseball is for lovers. Shop the Lovers Collection at 9plusus.com.
Okay, so Brig, I have some MLB stuff to talk about. Well, MILB stuff, really. It's both. It's both.
I'm ready for it to be both.
Okay, so I think it was in the last podcast, or maybe the last two. Now I'm feeling doubtful. It's in one of the previous podcasts where you and Brad talked about how Major League Baseball approved pay raises for minor league players.
We did talk about that.
Yes, you did. And it's really exciting, but it does call into question some things for minor league, and there's been some interesting chatter about it.
Chatter.
Yeah.
Little chatter out there. Little infield chatter.
Put a little pepper on there.
Yes.
Yes.
Why don't you take about 30% off there? Okay?
Okay.
Maybe 25.
So one of the discussions that came from Major League was that because of the pay raises that they would need to get rid of some minor league teams to offset the cost. So obviously, not only is minor league baseball not super excited about that idea, but so are the mayors of the towns where those minor league teams exist.
Right.
So, for instance, some of the minor league teams that have been discussed, that have been in discussion for elimination are the Elizabethtown Twins.
Yes.
The Chattanooga Lookouts.
Mm-hmm.
What was another one?
The Orem Owls.
It's because of their hot dogs, I'm telling you.
Listen, there's more to them than the hot dogs.
It's true.
Thank goodness.
Is actually, I love watching baseball there. It's very tight-knit. It's very up close and personal. It's wonderful.
True. All that's true.
Anyway, so a lot of mayors are actually getting together to discuss how they can present their case to Major League Baseball to preserve their teams, because it brings in a lot of economic stability to their economy.
Yeah.
It obviously brings something for their town to do. It also brings in people like you and me that like to travel and go see other baseball teams.
Yes, we do a lot of that. And so some of the chatter that's been going on between minor league and major league is that one thought was that they could possibly realign the leagues so that interleague play is much closer. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which makes a lot of sense. So if you can cut costs there, then maybe that can help offset some of those important costs of paying the players more, which absolutely needs to happen.
Yeah.
Another thought would be that the teams that are affiliated with a major league team are just within a certain vicinity. So, for example, Greenville, South Carolina has a minor league team called the Drive that feeds into the Red Sox, and that might be too far for those players to move up in the leagues. So what they're saying is, like, let's get the minor league teams that are closest to those big cities to be affiliated so that they're not hopping around the country.
What does that do for middle America, though?
How do you mean? Explain your thought.
Well, there aren't Major League Baseball teams in what some people call the flyover states. That would be an issue.
Well, I think it's just doing the best that they can. Like in the West, things are really spread apart as well.
That's
like
true.
California, Utah, Nevada, New Mexico. Those teams are really far apart, but they're usually in the same leagues.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that you just do the best with what you can, but there are some affiliates that are like across the country from each other, and that kind of makes a little less sense.
Like the Charlotte Knights are the White Sox AAA affiliate, and that doesn't make a ton of sense.
Right, that's
is what
a
you're
long
saying.
ways to go to get
Totally.
from North Carolina all the way to
Chicago.
Oh, Charlotte to Chicago.
Right.
Anyway, so those are some of the things that have been in discussion to maybe help keep those minor league teams around.
Yeah.
One of the things that is actually going to be discussed next week, by the time you hear this podcast, it'll be on Wednesday, so you'll hear this on Monday. It'll be on Wednesday. That's at least when it's slotted to happen. And
the 11th.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I
That's
added
nice.
2.
It's very hard to add
You
to.
see, it took me some time.
It's okay. It's
It
okay.
It is okay.
They're going to be discussing what the actual economic advantage for those towns are, and they'll be talking about things like how much money did they raise for charity within the community,
Oh yeah.
and what other like service hours were able to be accomplished, what kind of revenue was brought in, and things like that, so that they can take a hard look
That's really cool.
at whether or not these teams are doing something for their town, which they are.
They are. I didn't know. I think that's a really great point you bring up about the service hours and giving back in other ways outside of just baseball and entertainment value and economic influence, because you and I went to that Ronald McDonald House charitable function, and they had the Greenville Drive. They had a couple of players there, and they had a rep from the team there. Lance, if you're listening, you were there. And then the mascot came as well.
Yeah, that was a riot.
It was a great time, but I guess I don't know why, but it is an absolutely valid argument for them to leverage that sort of influence in the community, and that, those hours of giving back and building community strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One thing that minor league is still struggling with, this discussion is not close to being perfect. Spring training, for example, for minor league players is unpaid. And you know what? I forgot who the player was that did this, but I will find out and put it in the doobly-doo. One of the players in that used to be in the minor league system started his own nonprofit to give aid to minor league players who are struggling to afford things like paying for rent while they're playing,
Wow.
food,
Totally.
help with, equipment,
Transportation.
and all of those things, which is really cool because, up until just a couple weeks ago, they were being paid well under the minimum wage, and so it's been a big struggle. So there is not an end to the minor league problem, but
Right.
at least it's in discussion. Things are being brought up, and fans are upset by it, which I think is more important because the fans are what drive the game.
I wonder if there's any way for us as fans to get involved in this conversation. Actually involved. Because I feel like we, and, us, the VIP group, there's a lot of opinion there. Mm-hmm. And we're spread out all over the country and some places in the world, right? We have listeners here in Ireland and in India and in the UK, other parts of the UK. We have listeners all over the place. So we could really, us and other baseball podcasters and, different people like that, we could really get involved. I wonder if we could find a way to do that.
We should look. We will keep you guys posted on that.
That is a great...
We will find out.
Yeah, because if there's something we can do to support this agenda, I think we should. Not only to maintain the team's presence in these towns that they're in now, which deserve them and love them, and these are cherished pastimes for not only America, because that's what we do, but these anyway, I don't have to explain that. But the point is, I wonder if we can help the minor league baseball financial conversation as well. Charitable even. It doesn't matter how. I like that. Let's look into it.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll talk about it.
Great.
Cool. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
Okay, I had an idea of something we could talk about. I wanted to ask you a question. Speaking of going to games, speaking of going to minor league games and even major league games, okay, where you... I said okay again. Gosh dang it. I'm sorry. It's what I do.
Okay.
I didn't say it. If there was a drinking game for all the times I said okay on the podcast, everybody be dead. Here's the deal. Okay. Speaking of going to games, major league and minor league games, every time you go to a game, you see somebody wearing a hat or a shirt or something that has nothing to do with what's going on in the ballgame. It represents a team that's not present, that's not engaged in the contest. And there are two sides of this argument, and maybe more. I don't know. Maybe you probably have something different, but I see it black and white. Mm-hmm. There are people that are saying, why would you do that? Right?
Like, why would you wear a Mets jersey to a Yankees Red Sox game?
Perfect. Okay. Or a Royals jersey to an Angels Giants game. Right? And then there's the argument that says, well, that's my baseball shirt. This is the hat I have that I wear to baseball games. It's my team. I'm representing my team, but they're not here, so I got a chance to go to a baseball game. I'm not going to turn that down. Wear my baseball stuff. What do you think?
Well, personally, I think that it's fine to wear whatever you want. Go and have a good time. Right? Go and have a hot dog, not a crummy one at the Owls game.
Whoa!
Go and
banging on that drum.
Go and have a great time. And wear whatever you've got that makes you feel in the spirit of baseball. And honestly, that's one of the reasons that you and Brad did 9+ Us, was so that you would have baseball stuff to wear when you go do your baseball thing. Like, we're not going to be able to go see the Cubs and the Yankees play all the time. Let's be honest, we're not even close to either of those teams.
True.
And we've been lucky enough to be able to travel a little bit, to never see the Yankees and to always see the Cubs. True story.
Yeah, this is my sad face.
But we've also, when we went and saw the Rangers, who are they playing? They're playing
the White
I want to say the White
Sox. I think that's who it was too. Yeah.
Anyways, so we, at that point, had the choice, we can wear our Cubs gear, we can wear our Yankees gear, or we just go in no baseball stuff. Anyway, So one of the great things about 9+ Us, I think, is that it gives you the generic baseball, something great to get you into the baseball spirit. If you don't happen to have anything that's in like the team's colors or whatever that you're going to go see.
Yeah. Yeah, and the same idea when your kid plays for X team in Little League and you're like, I'm not wearing pinstripes because you hate the Yankees. That happens. I know there are people in the world that hate the Yankees. I haven't met very many of them yet. Just kidding. Like my dad or my mom or every sibling I have. Oh, and their spouses. Oh, and my in-laws.
And all of his friends.
Yeah, all of them. But their kid plays for the Yankees, like Brad.
Right.
Wilson played for the Yankees. Brad's like, Anyway.
It's just funny.
It's funny, but has it ever bothered you that people show up to ball games wearing something that's way out of proportion or off?
Sometimes
whatever you want to call it.
I have thought, are you trying to start something? I have thought that. Mm-hmm. And then I tell myself to get over it very quickly.
You're just a really empathetic person, though, because I remember, I don't care anymore, but I remember having those thoughts when I was way younger. I'd be like, what are you doing? The Giants aren't even playing today. God,
what do you think?
Figure it out. Right? Like, it used to really bother me. It doesn't anymore because I've,
matured.
Well, I didn't want to say that. What if people are watching who are bothered?
I'm trying to.
She's introducing an idea. You don't have to listen to what she says.
What? Don't you shush me. That's rude.
I think that this conversation happens a lot in our minds and doesn't ever get talked about. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
No, I totally agree. And I think that generally, so, for example, we were at our Greenville Drive game last summer. It was the Greenville Drive versus like what's the Asheville team? The Tourists. And there was a group of guys that came together wearing Yankees jerseys.
No, that was the Charleston River Dogs.
No, it wasn't really?
Yeah, because that's the Yankees affiliate.
Oh, no. Okay, maybe I'm mixing up times because
sorry.
Feel like I remember that because I remember that night.
Oh, yeah. That was a good night.
Anyways, I think I can't remember what teams were playing, but there was a group of guys there that was wearing Yankees jerseys, and it wasn't the River Dogs that was playing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see what you're saying.
But I think what they were doing is they were getting together for baseball, and they're all Yankees fans, is what they're actually doing, right? And that's the stuff that they wear when they want to be in the baseball mood, right?
Yeah, totally.
But you see a bunch of them there together, and you're like, guys, you're at a drive game. We're the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Are you trying to start a fight? You know? And I think a lot of people could think that way.
I think you're right. A lot of Yankees fans get some pretty interesting looks at drive games when they're sporting the Yankees gear.
It's true. Well, when the River Dogs come, we
It's
wear
fine.
Yankees
Yeah, we
gear.
do. Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's just because they're like, seriously, you came all the way up to Greenville to watch your River Dogs play?
And we're
Maybe.
like, we're local, yo.
I don't know.
We're so local. We're
But I think
local
the
so
rivalry
hard.
thing is ingrained in all of us a little bit,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, even if you catch yourself and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't care about that, you still thought it first.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting. So you think, I mean, you said this before, I'm just going to reiterate it with you. You think that wearing your baseball stuff however you want is okay, and everybody else will just get over it.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely,
how I feel.
I think that.
But have you always felt that way, though, or was it ever a glitch moment for you?
Oh, you know I'm not competitive. I'm not trying to start something. I'm not, you know how I am. Yes, I've always thought that. But I can see, because I'm married to you, how you might think differently.
Well, I have thought differently
Yes.
in the past. Baseball family, we want to know what you think. Does it ever cross your mind? If it does it ever bother you? Have you ever gone up to somebody and said, excuse me, are you aware? Or are you one of those fair weather fans that just doesn't care? Because that's what happens in my mind. I'm like, do you even know what's going on? Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Are you even paying attention? That's what I used to think. I still wonder. I still wonder. I'm like, are they...
I love how you say you used to think that, and then you're like, but wait, I still think that.
Listen, here's what I used to think. I used to think, are you an idiot? And then now I think, it's okay. If they want to be that way, they can be whatever they want. I'm going to avert my eyes if I'm bothered by it, to quote the Supreme Court. But anyway, the point is, I think we should settle this once and for all. For everyone who's wondered if it's okay to wear Twins gear to a Braves-Mets game, yes. Yes, you can.
Because whatever makes you feel baseball-y, go with that.
That's what you should do. You should do the thing that makes you feel the most baseball-y. The mostest baseball-iest thing that you can do is going to be the right answer every time.
Agreed.
That's how I feel. And that's a wrap, yo. Baseball family, we really appreciate you being with us on this episode of the podcast. Thanks for Tiff for being here.
You're welcome.
Man,
It was a pleasure.
It was awesome is what it was.
Thank you.
We are excited to be bringing you this content every week right here on the Baseball Together podcast. Once again, you can find us on YouTube at Baseball Together. You can find us on online at baseballtogether.com, where we write about baseball. Brad writes a lot more about baseball than I do. You should write something for us on baseballtogether.com.
I have, I think, one article. I know, and I wrote it like 2 years ago. I'm very sorry.
I've only written one on...
I will write
no,
more.
I have some more on there. I've only written one recently, though. Absolved. Everything's fine. You can, let's see, you can interact with us anywhere you podcast. For those of you listening right now, good for you. You're doing it. Don't forget to rate and subscribe and review the podcast, either on the podcast app you're using or on YouTube for those of you that are watching. And jump on the shop. Right now, Tiff is wearing the Baseball Together hoodie. This is the official Baseball Together podcast hoodie. There you go. I am wearing my our 2019 Memorial Day design. It's got 9+ us in a field of stars, a circle of stars on the breast. And on the back, it's got some cool stuff. And we'll show you what that looks like on the video. And then this is our Home of the Brave hat that I'm just loving. Man, I wear this all the time.
He does. All the time. But it's a great hat.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but I just had to see, how I felt about the camo. And I thought I was going to hate it, but it's actually the bomb. So there you go. Do with that what you want. The point is, everything on the shop is available right now. Everything you see is available right now. And we would love for you to jump on there and grab yourself something nice, something for your kids. We have everything from onesies all the way up to 4X. With T-shirts, we have 3/4 length sleeve raglans. This year, in 2020, we are releasing a new design every month. So the best way to learn about the new designs is to jump on the 9+Us VIP group on Facebook. You go to Facebook, you search 9+Us. It'll take you to our page, the 9+Us page, and then you can search for the group. There's a tab, groups, ask to join. We will let you in. We want you to be a part of our baseball family so that you can experience not only the merchandising side of it and all the cool stuff that we drop at way discounted prices and you get way early releases for, but also that's where we have our conversations. That's where our baseball family lives and hangs out, and we're always talking about Bang Energy, and we're always talking about El Mago highlight reels, and everybody's sharing and everybody's discussing injuries and deals and all kinds of stuff. So as much baseball as you want, this is a great place to go and get it.
Mm-hmm. For sure, you'll feel very baseball-y.
The mostest baseball-iest.
And with that, we'll see you next week.